Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 16 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today. Starting with a doubleheader between the Atlanta Braves versus the New York Mets. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 225. The Mets plus 185 with the over-under at 10.5. Braves coming into this matchup 73-41. The Mets 52-63. Pitching for the Braves is Alan Winans with an ERA of 4.15. Pitching for the Mets is Danny Reyes with an ERA of 6.14. Winans, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Reyes, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Atlanta coming off a 7-0 win against the Mets yesterday, a nice shutout win. They're 10-1 against the Mets here. They've been pretty dominant against the Mets. And Reyes gave up 5 runs in his only start this season and only 1 inning pitched here. And I think I'm going to take the Braves in game 1 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the game 2 between the Atlanta Braves versus the New York Mets. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 220. The Mets plus 180 with the over-under at 8. Braves coming into this matchup 73-41. The Mets 52-63. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 3.94. Pitching for the Mets is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 3.42. Strider, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Quintana pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Strider coming off one of his rougher starts of the season, giving up 6 runs here, but I like Strider to bounce back here. I'm taking Braves in game 1 and game 2 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 115. The Cubs plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 60-56. Toronto 65-53. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 3.12. Pitching for Toronto is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.87. Steele, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Bassett, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Cubs coming off a Toronto win yesterday, a nice underdog win. They are 5-2 against Toronto here, so they've been good head-to-head. I do like Steele on the mound, and I also think Cubs are a good underdog today, and I'm going to take Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Cleveland plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Cleveland coming into this matchup 56-61. The Rays 70-48. Pitching for the Guardians is Gavin Williams with an ERA of 2.90. Pitching for the Rays is Sean Armstrong with an ERA of 1.15. Williams, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 12 strikeouts. Armstrong, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Cleveland losing to the Rays yesterday 9-8. They are just 2-9 on the road against Tampa Bay, so they've struggled on the road. Armstrong, been very good on the mound. Hasn't given up a run in his last 3 starts on the mound for the Rays here, and I think I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Detroit plus 170 with the over-under at 10. Detroit coming into this matchup 52-64. The Red Sox 61-55. Pitching for the Tigers is Matt Manning with an ERA of 5.06. Pitching for Boston is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 3.64. Manning, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Bello, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Detroit coming off a Boston loss yesterday. Boston on a 3-game winning streak. Detroit 0-9 against Boston. They have not been able to beat the Red Sox here. Manning coming off some bad starts on the mound, giving up 17 runs in his last 3 starts here, and I'm going to take the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Miami Marlins. Marlins opening up as home favorites at -165. The Yankees +135 with the over-under at 7.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 60-56. The Marlins 60-57. Pitching for the Yankees is Johnny Brito with an ERA of 5.02. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 4.34. Brito, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Yankees coming off a big underdog win yesterday against Miami, winning 9-4. Still getting underdog value again today here. They're 5-1 on the road against Miami here, and pretty even pitching matchup as of late. Brito's been pretty decent. I'm gonna take Yankees +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Twins opening up as road favorites at -115. The Phillies +105 with the over-under at 9. Twins coming into this matchup 60-58. The Phillies 65-52. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 3.81. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 4.05. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Walker, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 4-game losing streak, losing to the Phillies yesterday 13-2. Phillies on a 3-game winning streak right now. They're playing well. Yeah, I like the Phillies. I think they're a good underdog today. Looked dominant yesterday, and I'll take Phillies +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites. Actually, we're looking at a pick'em scenario. Both teams -110 with the over-under at 9.5. Reds coming into this matchup 61-57. The Pirates 52-64. Pitching for the Reds is Brandon Williamson with an ERA of 4.54. Pitching for the Pirates is Andre Jackson with an ERA of 5.16. Williamson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts, and I don't see any info on Jackson here for the Pirates, so he could be making his first start. The Reds beating the Pirates 9-2 yesterday. Nice win for Cincinnati. Cincinnati has struggled against Pittsburgh here, but in a pick'em scenario, I think I'm going to lean with the Reds on the road. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Washington Nationals. Washington opening up as home favorites at -135. Oakland +125 with the over-under at 9.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 33-83. Washington 51-66. Pitching for Oakland is Luis Medina with an ERA of 5.47. Pitching for Washington is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 4.93. Medina, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Oakland losing to Washington yesterday 8-2. They are just 1-6 on the road against Washington here. Pretty even pitching matchup right now, but yeah, I think I'm going to take the Nationals at home here. Next matchup, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Kansas City Royals. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -140. The Royals +125 with the over-under at 9.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 51-66. The Royals 38-80. Pitching for the Cardinals is Steven Matz with an ERA of 3.91. Pitching for the Royals is Cole Reagans with an ERA of 3.86. Matz, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Reagans, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts. The Royals winning yesterday 12-8, a nice underdog win for them. Yeah, Royals are 7-0 at home right now. Kind of crazy. Both pitchers pitching very well, even pitching matchup, and I think I'm gonna take the Royals plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 165. LA plus 145 with the over-under at 9.5. Angels coming into this matchup 58-59. The Astros 67-50. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 4.92. Pitching for the Astros is JP France with an ERA of 2.75. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. France, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Angels losing to Houston yesterday 11-3. They're just 2-8 in their last 10. They have not played well. 2-8 straight up against Houston here. So they've really struggled against the Astros here. I do like France on the mound, and I'm going to take the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Chicago White Sox. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 160. The White Sox plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 63-54. The White Sox 47-70. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 1.65. Pitching for the White Sox is Jesse Schultens with an ERA of 3.06. Woodruff, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Schultens, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Brewers on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a White Sox win yesterday, 7-6. They are 5-1 against the White Sox, 4-1 on the road against the White Sox here. Woodruff been pretty good on the mound for the Brewers here, and I'm going to take the Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we've got the San Diego Padres versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at minus 135. The Padres plus 115 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 56-60. Arizona 57-59. Pitching for the Padres is Rich Hill with an ERA of 5.16. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.37. Hill, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Padres, coming off an Arizona win yesterday, 10-5, nice win for them. They're 8-2 against Arizona, 7-1 on the road against Arizona here. And I think they're a good underdog today, and I'm going to take Padres plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 115. The Rangers plus 105 with the over-under at 8. Rangers coming into this matchup 69-47. The Giants 62-54. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 4.14. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 3.30. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Cobb, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Rangers winning 2-1 yesterday against the Giants. They struggled against the Giants here, but I love Heaney on the mound, coming off back-to-back 0-run games. I think they're a good underdog, and I'll take Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 300. Colorado plus 250 with the over-under at 9.5. Colorado coming into this matchup 45-71. The Dodgers 69-46. Pitching for the Rockies is Peter Lambert with an ERA of 5.57. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 4.42. Lambert, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Gonsolin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Colorado on a 3-game losing streak right now. Back-to-back losses against the Dodgers. Dodgers 9-1 in their last 10. They're hot right now. Colorado 0-5 on the road against the Dodgers here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with LA at home. And then the last matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 155. Baltimore plus 140 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 71-45. Seattle 63-52. Pitching for Baltimore is Cole Irvin with an ERA of 5.44. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 3.32. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Kirby, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Baltimore coming off a Seattle loss yesterday, 9-2. Nice win for Seattle. They're 9-1 in their last 10, playing great baseball here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Irvin coming off 3 straight 1-run games here. Mariners are just hot. They're on a roll here. Thought Baltimore to get the cover. And Seattle's just, they're playing great. So I think I'm going to take the Mariners at home in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.